everybody. Welcome to a special scriptly adapted
Hey guys.
pop-up show sort of thing. It's like a quickie. It's all mixed in one. Guys, we are here. I'm here with Giancarlo, special guest host today. We are here to talk about Rogue One.
Star Wars.
A Star Wars story. Saw it last night.
It was awesome.
Just an FYI, this is a major spoiler show. Super spoiler, just to let you know, okay? The movie was really good. The story-wise, semi-easy to follow. If you're not a Star Wars, Star Wars person as far as knowing the story or knowing the characters, maybe a little tough. So yeah, basically the story
comes from the opening crawl of A New Hope. It says, "It is a period of civil war. Rebel spaceships striking from a hidden base have won their first victory against the evil Galactic Empire. During the battle, Rebel spies managed to steal secret plans to the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star, an armored space station with enough firepower to destroy the entire planet."
Right.
They pretty much got the whole movie from those two first paragraphs from the opening crawl of A New Hope, and they fleshed it out into a big, crazy story that connects perfectly with.
And now these are all new characters, correct?
These are all new characters. Jyn Erso and her father, who's the scientist who helped build the Death Star, the rebels that were featured, all new characters. The main bad guy's a new character, and we do have some returning characters from the previous movie, from the upcoming movie.
So, knowing what you know about the story that's from the opening crawl, basically, did you feel it met your expectations, or do you think it was a little lower, or did you go in? Where did you go in thinking?
As a super Star Wars fan, the expectations were very high. Overall, I felt that the movie was great.
Yeah.
But if I had to nitpick or complain about something, it would be the first opening act felt a little rushed. The first 15-20 minutes were alright, here's this and that, and I'm alright, that's cool.
Right.
They're just setting up, I understand that. And in the middle, it felt a little slow. My interest started to go down, definitely, in the middle of the movie, in the second act. But once that third act hits, once that action starts, once they got their mission, once they know what they have to do, I'm at the edge of my seat. It was just amazing. It was action-packed. You know how it's going to end. You know they're going to get those plans. You know they blow up the Death Star in A New Hope from 1977. We've known that for 40 years. You never saw how, and even though you knew how it was going to end, you were just oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah. I agree with you. The first act was a little okay. It was a little rushed. Second act was more slow
to introduce.
Kind of dragged a little.
Kind of explain
almost
stuff.
Lost my attention in a way. But like you said, third hit. And the third lasted a while. It wasn't
a while. It was a big chunk of the film.
Big chunk of the film. A major chunk of the film. I mean, the new characters we get introduced to.
So, Jyn Erso, what'd you think about her?
I thought she was good. I mean, Felicity Jones as an actress, she was okay. She did her part. The role wasn't. It wasn't. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I thought she did what she had to do to deliver that character. That's how I felt. Everybody else, everybody else kind of did their thing. I love the
K2SO.
Yeah, I love the K2SO
unit.
He
was hilarious. He stole the show.
Hilarious.
Stole the show. Funny.
Yep.
Very sarcastic and smartass. It was great, and I really liked Krennic, the bad guy.
Yes.
I really liked him. A lot of people complained about him, but I thought he was great.
No, I thought he was cool.
Really good.
I thought he was cool, and it helped that there was a little Vader to kind of counter.
There was a little hint of Vader, which we'll get to a little bit later.
But that was cool to kind of see their interaction.
And they brought back Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yes.
Which was really awesome. They used special digital effects to bring him back, which at times it looked a little choppy. I told you before, when he's still, it looks good.
Right.
But then he's moving and talking, and it's a weird effect.
It was a weird effect.
Weird at times. I'm 50-50 on those.
I'm not gonna lie. For a tiny 3 seconds, I thought that was really the guy. I was like, wait, what? No, that's not the guy.
So good.
For 3 seconds, because it looked pretty good. Didn't look bad at all to me.
But then other times.
You knew it was CGI. Speaking of CGI, what did you think of the effects?
The overall effects were great. I thought they were better than Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I thought they were way better than Force Awakens. It actually looked like old school models at some point. The details in the Star Destroyers and the ships, you could just really pointed all out. It really felt like a little model from like 1977. Like the aesthetic of the film itself, it felt like they went back in time and filmed.
Right.
They took like modern technology to go back in time and like film the Star Wars from
right,
1977. It just felt so very Star Wars.
And that was what I felt. Like I felt like it felt like Star Wars, but then it gave me a little, like the aesthetic of like
gritty,
gritty,
like a real life universe, a living and breathing universe that was real.
Yes,
that's
like
what Star Wars has always been about.
Like a war, you felt like war, and it felt like almost like I was watching like Saving Private Ryan,
or like a Vietnam
Black Hawk
movie.
Down, or some type of Vietnam movie.
It felt like Black Hawk Down. That's a good example too. It felt like Vietnam War mixed with like Desert Storm, mixed with World War II. And
man, like it.
This really put like the war in Star Wars. This movie,
and I like that. It was filmed so beautifully. Like it was great shots, great editing, all technical. And man, the director Gareth Edwards, he really brought you in to like believing that this was a whole other chapter that we haven't seen on this war side involving the Death Star and its plans.
And this movie had no rules.
No rules.
They did everything. They obviously, people asked like where are these characters during the main trilogy?
Right.
Where are these Death Troopers, the Black Stormtroopers that we've never seen before? Because
you don't see them in any of the trilogy.
Where are these other ships we've never seen? Where are these sand troopers from the planet Scarif? And at the end, spoiler alert, when they're all wiped out, everyone dies. Everybody, the main characters dies, which I feel like it's kind of brilliant.
It was brilliant.
And that kind of gives you an excuse, like, this is why we don't see anybody. They're all dead.
Exactly.
Already. They're all dead.
And that's what kind of caught me off guard towards the end of the film, another spoiler, when Jin dies on the planet. I was like, oh man, they're really gonna kill him off.
I was like, are you gonna find a ship?
I thought the ship was gonna swoop in.
Swoop in, get him out.
Swoop out.
No way.
But I like that because it shows that that's all she needed to do. That's all her character was meant for. It was to set up what we see now throughout the entire trilogy.
Exactly. They created this character for this specific storyline, and
that's it. So there won't be any sequel.
Well, the sequel is A New Hope. That's the sequel.
The sequel is
already out. Go check it out.
It is already
out. Your
out.
local DVD store.
Yeah. If you haven't checked it out already.
For fans, there were a lot of little winks and nods to the original movies, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of fan service.
Lots of Easter eggs.
Like, for example, remember when they were on planet Jeddah in Jeddah City?
Yes.
Jyn Erso bumps into these guys, and one of them's like, "Hey, let me tell you."
Yeah,
it was the guy from the bar.
Yes.
From the bar where Obi-Wan cuts off his hand in the New Hope. Obi-Wan chops off one of his hands, and Jyn Erso actually bumps into him. Yeah. He's about to say his spiel, like, "Hey, let me tell you, I'm wanted in 12 Just like he was just about to say that, and the other guy's like, "No, let it go." And there were also C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yes.
Was also in the
which
movie.
A lot of people were surprised, but I wasn't surprised. Why were you surprised?
I wasn't as surprised, and I was surprised.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised, but it was nice to see them. We didn't get a good shot of them. It was a reverse shot of them. Also, it was really cool seeing Bail Organa, Leia's dad, who was played by Jimmy Smits.
Yep.
And he was obviously that character in episode 2 and 3, Attack of the Clones of Revenge of the Sith. I'm really glad they brought him back.
Yeah.
And Leia was in the movie too. She was also CGI'd, obviously.
I mean, listen.
It looked good. When she was stiff, it looked good. Right. But once again, when she moved her mouth around, it was kind of...
Yeah, and we all know that Carrie Fisher doesn't look like she's 23 again. I mean, that's miraculous.
I mean, it was alright. I mean, they gotta get this technology going somehow. Eventually, 10 more years tops.
10 more years.
Perfected.
The war scenes. The battle scenes.
The battle scenes were brilliant.
Probably some of the best.
I think the second best space battle for me, the number one is Return of the Jedi. But this is my favorite. Second favorite for sure it was great. The angles were good. It wasn't like in Force Awakens. It was kind of like a mess. Ships flying around. There's no real focus. I felt like, and in this, there's a real focus on certain ships and certain characters. And they also did bring back 2 pilots from the original movie, which they added footage from that movie into this movie, which was I thought brilliant. It was Gold Leader and Red Leader that they added into this movie, which I thought was brilliant. Didn't see that coming as well. Yeah. To add the list of cameos from old movies.
The Easter eggs. There was another major. This is another spoiler. Now, lots of people. I was reading a couple of reviews from other video bloggers and whatnot, and they were saying how they don't think Vader is going to be in much of it. Now, he was only He had about 4 minutes airtime.
About
4 minutes, about 4 or 5 minutes. He, in those 4 or 5 minutes, was effective.
I think the best scenes in the movie.
The best scene.
He was only in 2 scenes. His second scene at the end. Spoiler alert, he mows down a whole crew of rebels, lights up his lightsaber, and just goes to town on them. Freaking Jason style
with a lightsaber.
It was absolutely amazing. Everyone was cheering in the theater when
they were cheering in my theater. They were
awesome.
They were cheering in my theater.
It was probably the most iconic. This will cement him as like a true badass.
Yeah, this was true badass style. I mean,
he was force choking people, putting them through ceilings, stabbing them with a lightsaber. It was simply amazing.
That right there, the ground battle on top of that scene.
Yeah.
Is what pushed it to a B+ for me. It was solid. Like I just kept saying, it was a solid film top to bottom. And Vader, that last scene just did it for me. Pushed it over the top.
Over the top. I wanted more at the end.
I wanted more.
I wanted to watch A New Hope right away.
I wanted you
hit play on that.
Yeah, right.
So final grade, B-,
B+.
I'm sorry,
B+.
I'm gonna have to say I need more viewings for sure, but right now I would say A-, which is the same grade I gave Force Awakens.
Okay. I'm gonna stay B+. I need to see it one more time. I may just update that on an essay quickie or Scriptly Adapted quickie on Instagram. If I change my grade, I'll let you guys know. But B+, solid.
A- for me.
All right. Well, guys, this has been a Scriptly Adapted Rogue One pop-up show.
Special edition.
This is going on YouTube and our Facebook. And join us next year for another show. We might do another pop-up in between next year. We'll see.
Merry Christmas.
Later.
Happy New Year.
See ya.